I was wrong in doing what I did.
No, no! No! Are you listening?
Sean here. To those of you who still listen to me, I really appreciate it. I know how difficult it is to listen to Lorne in bulk. I do know that. You have to figure out new angles. For example, sometimes I'll go in and, you know what, I'm going to try to figure out the exact moment he knew he was done in this conversation, where he broke, where he lost it, where he simply just gave up. He knew he couldn't compete anymore. Now it's usually when, you know what, just do whatever you want. I give up. That's when he gives up. When he has to go to pity. Oh, Lorne, I didn't mean to make you upset. In actuality, they're thinking, thank goodness, you're finally feeling some of what you should have been feeling all these years. Patheticness. Fake remorse. That's as close as we're going to get. But anyway, today, part 2 of Designing a Hell on Earth for Mr. Peenish. Let's talk about a woman kind of like Ramona. She's a realtor to rich, single men. She's under contract for Desperate Penis Resort. A resort for single men who have a lot of money and usually end up being sugar daddies of some sort. She's always seeing them come in with new, young, in great shape, well-dressed, with makeup, just like she goes to work every morning. So she'll work there, because we need to make Lorne's brain work overtime. He doesn't definitely need to know she's touching men. He has to assume. It has to build. And of course, he's going nowhere. She can talk about how all of these in shape, rich, own their own companies. They have a lot of opportunities. That's why they have young girls. You couldn't say young girls to Lorne. He's in his 50s. Young girls to him should be mid-20s. Because he should be thinking, if I was a sugar daddy, but we know what he would think if you said young girls. They're a bunch of pedos. You think I'm bad. But this is Lorne. You know that's the way he would think. So she's contracted to the company, makes good money. Every morning she leaves, she is impeccably dressed, makeup, hair done, and she has to have some kind of Southern Belle accent. Very, very attractive, very sweet and innocent. Your innocence. Oh, Lorne, you idiot. So she goes to work every day. She comes home and talks about how they proposition her and offer all these opportunities. Now on hot days, she could come home and her hair would be a little messed up. Now Lorne's going to pay attention to that. Your hair's messed up, or you got a wrinkle in your clothes. Yes, because I've been sitting down all day. Talking to these guys can be exhausting. Lorne, he's going to let that go the first time. He'll take a couple days to figure out whether or not he truly believes her, and whether or not he's going to tell her she needs to quit her job. She makes a lot of money, so of course he's going to want her to quit her job, and she's around penises, and he's going to ask her, can't you find like a single woman resort? No, Lorne, because half of the appeal of me is that I fit the mold of these girls they bring. They look at me and they think, yeah, I definitely want something like that. So they realize, okay, this is going to be worth it. Whatever she wants to do. But you have to put it in his head that these men are everything he's not. 40, 45, in top shape, beautiful young Russian models. Check. Wherever somebody oversees, something that he may know of. And one day, she comes home and she starts talking about how they always offer her jewelry if they'll let them be her sugar daddy. Would you say, geez, man, if you got to ask a woman what she would say to a proposition, it's time that you move on. But he won't, because he can't. So give it about a couple months after she says that, because Lorne will remember everything that makes him angry, because his memory operates off emotion. She comes home with a nice bracelet on. Doesn't say a word, is wearing it. She's moving her hand in a way that Lorne has to see it. And he's trying to remember, did she have that before? Did she go to work with that on? Now, this is where she has to be careful, because she doesn't want to, like, flat out come out and say, I got it from one of these men. Oh, no. It was from a client. I guess he just got divorced and he didn't want it anymore because of his wife, and he was so happy that I hooked him up that he gave it to me. Now, she could say, of course I wasn't going to say no. Heck yeah, if I'm ever in trouble, I'm going to sell this bad boy. Now, that would put some practicality to Lorne. Now he could justify it. But if she didn't say that, she just said, yeah, it was a gift from one of these guys. Well, I don't want you to wear it. How could you wear that? Lorne, how could I not? I show up at my job, I look nicer, it looks like I have a lot of money, like I've been doing this for a while. Lorne, money? Well, I don't care about money. I've gotten along just fine without you. Yeah, of course you have, Lorne. You live in a trash hobbit hole. But Lorne, it makes me look more professional, and they see me and they think she knows what she's doing, because people see well-dressed people and they equate it with success. So let me back up for a second. She walks in. Now Lorne will be analyzing her, looking at the clock, trying to figure out why she was late, and the day she comes home with the bracelet, she's an hour later than usual. Maybe even 2 hours, to where it's dark outside. Oh my God. Lorne will be sitting there looking out the window. She hadn't answered my text. Lorne, I was with a client. I'm not going to say, hold on a second, sir, who's about to spend a lot of money and I'm going to make a great commission. Can you hold on a second while I answer my insecure, and then call him insecure, insult his manliness, tell him he's a girl, he needs to man up and be like those clients who have confidence. They started off with no money, Lorne, but they had confidence. They believed in themselves. But I need you to believe in me, even though I've given you no reason to believe in me. Oh, boy. Moving on. So the seed is planted in his head. He is now wondering if she has become a money girl. Maybe, just maybe, she gets a new car. Because in reality, this woman would have a good job. We're going on a nightmare scenario. She gets a new car. Let's say they have a joint bank account, and Lorne checks the bank account, and they don't have any money, or there's no money gone for it, and she doesn't have a loan for the car. Lorne, I must have just gotten a free car, because I used our account to get it. Well, I'm not seeing it. I mean, where'd you get the car from? Did one of them give it to you? I mean, I was concerned. You okay? I trust you, but want you to tell me the truth. Jeez. Unbelievable, Lorne Armstrong. You're so dumb. So let's move forward. Skip that. After they've had probably a month, 2 months, 3 months of accusations, Lorne borrows the car. And on a night a day she knows Lorne has to borrow the car, she's going to leave something in the car. Maybe a lighter, right? She doesn't smoke. And Lorne starts to think, did I leave a lighter in here? And that's when the nuclear fallout will happen. I found a lighter in your car, and I know you don't smoke. It smells like weed in here. Because naturally, if two people get together and smoke weed, it's super sex time. Now, I'll give him some credit, because anytime I've ever smoked weed with a woman, like, weed sex is just amazing. Of course, that was a long time ago. I haven't smoked weed since I was in my 20s. Sometimes I wish I could. Now, she's a little iffy on her explanation. And she finally says, I had to give this guy a ride back to his car. Some kind of fitness freak. He ran from his car there. She could talk about he smelled like $800 cologne and sweat. That was the day, Lorne starts to remember. That was the day she went to work wearing pink and came home wearing yellow and red. Huh. The day she came home with found a lighter in her car, she came home with a change of clothes. Now that's interesting. Honey? Baby? I have a question. You know, that laugh, because he doesn't want to make her angry. He wants her to tell him. And what he really wants is her to tell him, yeah, we did this. This is all the stuff we did. It was great. Of course, they wouldn't have had sex yet. They're saving themselves for marriage. Again, she's a Christian woman. She's missing her cross necklace, too. Huh. Then she starts talking about how she has to have another meeting with that client because there was a problem, because he's going through a divorce, there was a problem with his paperwork, and she can't really tell Lorne what the problem was. She just does there was some kind of problem, and Lorne would think to himself, wouldn't a woman who's done this for so long know what the problem was? This seems a little off to me. Yeah, they've been you. And the excuses become flimsier and flimsier. Then, Lorne discovers in her clothes, because she'll ask him, can you do the laundry? Make sure you check the pockets. Sometimes put like an earring, you change earrings during the day or something, depending on if they're bothering me. Lorne checks the pockets, and there's $1,000 in crisp $100 bills. And now the wheels start turning. Is she a money girl? Did she do something for this money? And he confronts her, and she explodes and says, because she doesn't explode before, but this time she goes crazy. And you know Lorne, when he wants to win an argument, he explodes. Do you really think I would ever do that, Lorne? It was a tip from one of them because they were so happy. Again, another gift. Something that he can never give. Now give it a couple months, because of course the guys are going to be calling the house. That has to be a staple, because he associates the phone with love, the phone with the internet. She has to get on the internet, of course, because she has to check her accounts. When Lorne comes in, she quickly hits Alt F4, closes it out. So Lorne's like, what were you looking at? Well, Lorne, this is sensitive information. This has client information. I'm sorry, but you can't look at it. It shows their money and how much they put down and their social security number and their phone number. Well, it looked kind of like you were on Facebook to me. Well, yeah, I got to do research, Lorne. I have to do research because I need to make sure they're not some kind of mafia hitman or some kind of weirdo who doesn't really have money and I'm getting taken for a fool. The sweet sound of Lorne losing his mind. Well, I could help you with that. You know, I'm pretty good at judging guys. Lorne, you think every guy, they just want to have sex with me. Not that they want to have a condo or they want to have a place where they can bring young women back. They just want to have sex with me. A couple months later, he finds a pair of shorts in the trunk. Oh my God. Running shorts, short shorts, hers. And he's going to ask, why do you have these booty shorts in your car? What do you do? Oh, sometimes I go running at lunch. I have to take a shower in one of the condos. Oh, snap. You never told me that before. Well, yeah. You know, if I got a client and they're taking a long time to sign the paperwork, I change into those, and it's a tight shirt as well. Maybe some yoga shorts or something. I change into those, and I go running. Well, where are your shoes? What about your running shoes? Oh, I bring them in. I bring them out and I air them out. There's a place I leave them there. Just bull crap. Lying. Now, all of this, if you truly think about it, it's going to occupy his brain night and day. She won't want to touch him. Of course. She won't want to hug him. All of that has stopped. Any hugs, any kisses on the cheek, any I love you, any of that has all stopped. And that's a warning sign if you're in a relationship. 2 warning signs. If sex completely stops abruptly, or all of a sudden she's trying new things in bed, or she's overly sexual. Two definite warning signs. Now, there would be no overly sexual with Lorne. That would be disgusting. It would be abruptly cut off any kind of hugs or kisses on the cheek or anything. Well, did he touch your hand? So we need him thinking every day that there's some kind of sex going on. Now, one day, she tells Lorne, you ought to stop by sometime. Now, that means immediately that day, Lorne shows up, and she comes out. Now, she waits. She comes out of the room, and there's Lorne standing there, and she and another client come out, and she's buttoning her shirt back up. Maybe looks a little bit disheveled. They're laughing, and then she starts explaining that it was hot in there. One of the AC units is busted, and he's a funny guy. He was a comedian when he was younger. Just lie. So we add all of that up, and you've got this woman who every day is giving him signs that she could be cheating on him. But she denies it every time. And it's going to boil over, and Lorne's going to snap. But he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to start telling her, quit your job, do this, do that, until it builds, and she tells him, yes, I've been having sex with clients. That's how I get them to buy the condo. But look at all of the nice things we have. I've got a great career. One of them's going to help me get my own realtor company. And then, I did it all for you, Lorne. Son of a biscuit. I did it all for you. Convince him that all of this was love for him, and he will eventually accept it. And she'll talk about marriage in the future, and that'll be good. That'll be enough for him. I love you guys. I'll see you in part 3.
Yeah, this